Hi y'all, happy Saturday. It is Megan, and I thought I would hop on and try to show you guys a quick video with another alternative for this month's paper pumpkin kit. Here's the, so this is what the flyer for this month looks like with the tags. And I don't know if you guys have had a chance to see the other video I did making some of the tags from the kit, but I thought I would make another card using the kit products, but also I thought I would use the stamp set from last month's kit, Winter Woods, because this kit actually coordinates with this kit. And I thought I would take some of what I had left over from this kit and use it on this card. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to use the stamp. And you guys should see my desk. Oh my goodness. It's like a tornado. Tornado came through. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to measure a mat for the inside of my cards, because even if I'm not stamping a sentiment on the cards, I do like if I'm using a colored cardstock, I do like a white inside just to kind of give it some more oomph. So what I did for this is I took an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock and I cut it down the middle at 4 1/4, and then I scored it in the middle again at 5.5, and I folded it. So this actually measures 4 1/4 by 5.5, and I just know in my head that I want this mat to be 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to cut this. This I think is not 4 yet. So I'm just going to cut that to 4. And then I'm going to do this to 5 1/4. And then I am going to stamp it. I'm not going to put a sentiment inside. I've actually found that people, I'm going to throw that out. People that are looking at my cards, they actually will, when I was selling them, they actually prefer not to have any sentiments inside. They just want to write a little note, which is fine with me. It's, you know, it's all good. So this is kind of how I'm going to lay out the card, obviously, in a neater fashion. But the colors we have the pool party, we have the poppy parade, and we have the shaded spruce. So I am going to do the pool party for the snowflakes on the inside. And I am going to use last month's paper pumpkin kit to do the snowflake. I'm just getting my, I put my finger in the ink. Shocker! I know. And I thought what I would do is tape this and maybe stamp it off once or twice to get different shading. All right. So I'm going to tape the pool party and put it and stamp the ink pad. And I'm just going to very randomly, and it's very light. I'm not even sure if you can see that on the inside of the from the video. And then one more. All right, and that's all I'm going to do. It's very simple. And then I am going to adhere that to the middle, the inside of the cardstock. Right in there. Hope you guys are all having a good Saturday. I worked today. and my real job, and trained a new nurse who's basically new to hospice, and she hasn't done computerized charting. So trained her. And that was interesting. All right, so now on the pool party, I do want to give this, I kind of want to make it look like a piece of designer series paper in the background. So I am going to use the Poppy Parade and the pool party alternating. And I'm going to use the snowflake from last month and the bundle of snowflakes from this month in the paper pumpkin kit. And just kind of go very random. I am definitely not even, I am not thinking about it. I am just going to move that out of the way so I don't make a mess. I left my chamois downstairs, of course, so I don't have my chamois with me. And I should not be stamping that in there. I should be going the other way, but so I saw patients today, and the nurse is very nice. I'm not sure how long it's going to take to get her up and running, but we are so busy, and there really is no end in sight for help. So I hope she gets up and running quickly. And unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to be working some weekends to get her training, because the nurse who does work weekends, she is so busy that there's just no way that she can train somebody effectively. And I like to do teaching. It makes me, so I'm just randomly doing that. I like doing the teaching for the new nurses. And this week it wasn't bad because I did the, I worked today, but they gave me Thursday off. So I actually was able to get some stamping done, which, as you know, is never a bad thing. Especially during the week, because I had like the house to myself. But the day went by so fast, and it's so funny because, you know, that I'm out in the field working, and the day goes by fast, but when I'm home stamping, I could be up here for hours, and it feels like 30 minutes. So I'm actually using my Stampin' Scrub mat and my Stampin' Mist to clean these stamps, because like I said, I forgot my chamois downstairs, and I started the video and went, oops. So we're just going to keep going. That's all we're going to do. Just keep going. I like the bigger stamps, but I can't believe next week is Thanksgiving. Like, where the heck did that come from? I'm not even sure how much of this you're going to be able to see. But I'll show you what I did for the background. I love these colors together. And you're definitely not going to be able to see that. I don't think I really need that one, but I'm going to put there anyway. All right, so that's done. So I am going to take this. Now, you may not recognize this. This is actually the inside of an envelope from last month's paper pumpkin kit. And I literally opened it up, and then I trimmed off the edges using my trimmer. That. And then I cut this down to the size of the mat that I wanted. And I am going to adhere this to this. My eyes are getting so bad. I'm really having a hard time putting things on straight. All right, and then this is going to go here. But before I adhere that, I'm going to, this is one of the tags from this month's kit. The deer, you may recognize. I have a birch tree. Get rid of that. I have a Christmas tree from this month's kit. And I'm just trying to figure out how best we can put it on. I think I'm going to do one on each side. I think I kind of like that crooked, as my grandmother would say, cockeyed. And maybe do that and that. And then we'll put the deer on. I really wanted to put the moose on, but because the moose is sold out, I'm not going to be able to sell anymore. So I'm just going to keep that one and just love it, and hopefully they bring it back. Now that I'm going to put there, I think. I definitely want to put the red behind, not the red, sorry, the Poppy Parade. And I call this red because I have my Poppy Parade cardstock. And I don't know if you can see the difference, but this does not look like my Poppy Parade. So I had to seriously look at it quite a few times. And then I finally convinced myself that, yes, Megan, it is Poppy Parade. So I'm going to put this here. Because I'm not even sure if you guys can see me, what I'm doing. I'm going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals on here to give it some height. Then I'll take these off. And I'm not sure why I did that, because I'm not going to be able to stamp it. Let's see, what can we do? That was definitely getting ahead of myself. We will just improvise. I got 3 kits, so it's not like I don't have enough. I am going to do, what do I want to do? We'll do Love and Joy. I like that saying. It's the most Christmassy, I guess. No, we'll do Let It Snow, because Let It Snow will fit on there. And I am going to stamp the Let It Snow in Poppy Parade. See, doesn't it make you guys feel better when everybody messes up? There is a there are a couple demonstrators that I watch, and when they do everything perfect, it makes me very self-conscious. So, and I know that none of us are perfect, and we all make mistakes, and so it's okay to make mistakes. It doesn't matter. And my eyes, oh my gosh, are so bad. Okay. Let's do that. All right, now I'm going to take this and put the snail behind it. And I'm going to so that's done. So now let's do this. This we're just going to do with the snail. And we'll center that on the piece of cardstock that we've stamped. See, and I like it because it kind of gives a little bit of color pop behind the card. All right, let's do, now I'm going to make it look like a scene. So I am going to take a glue dot and I'm going to build it backwards. If I can find my glue dots. Oh, Megan Elizabeth. Best laid plans, and they're probably right in front of my darn face. Okay, so we're going to build this backwards. So move that out of the way. Put a glue dot there. Put a glue dot there. And then take this off. Okay. And then build this here. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So I have to confess, I actually bought an extra paper pumpkin kit online. Somebody was selling them. It's only one, and from last month. It is one of my favorite paper pumpkin kits ever, and I absolutely, yes, I had to have it. All right, so that's that. I am going to put some dimensionals on the deer. And I do want the bird to show behind the deer. So I'll show you. Move those out of the way. All right, so as I was saying, I cannot believe next week is Thanksgiving. I have to make pie crust tomorrow. Having Thursday off totally messed me up this week. I typically will put the dimensionals, I will cut them. And I am going to do that now. So I'm going to do that and just cut them in real tiny slivers. And then I'm going to put them behind the legs. Yeah, so having Thursday off totally messed me up. I'm going to put them right here. And all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, next Thursday's Thanksgiving and I have to make pie crust. And that was after I volunteered to work today. So I have been stressing about pie crusts. My grandmother was the best baker. And I really miss her pies. And she used to make a honey wheat bread. She actually got it from King Arthur Flour, and it was just such a good recipe. And I made 3 loaves last year, and it didn't come out too bad considering it was my first time. It was just a little bit denser, and I think my issue is that she would use the quick oatmeal for her bread, and I only had the like the oatmeal that takes longer. So it wasn't the right texture, but it was still amazingly good. Okay, so there's that. And then I am going to put this here, but I am going to put the boughs, the holly and the evergreen behind this. So I'm going to start with the evergreen using the glue dots. And if you guys have trouble with the glue dots and taking them off of the plastic, we do sell the rolls of the glue dot in our catalog, and they come out like a roll like this, and these are easier to use. These glue dots are a little bit bigger though for the paper pumpkin, so I've actually found that using the take your pick tool to take the glue dots off of this is better for paper pumpkin. So let me know what you guys are doing for Thanksgiving. I am having a customer appreciation night in December. And if you guys are local to me, I hope you can come. If you would like to get in the running for the door prize, and you're not local to me, you can certainly just shoot me a message. I haven't decided what I'm doing yet, but if you place an order that night, you're gonna go in the running for a pretty good prize, I think. And that's top secret. But there's so many things out there that are good. Okay. Do-do-do. All right, I'm going to do one more of each on each side just to make it balanced, because if you guys know me, you know I need balance. I need balance in my life. That's why I do Stampin' Up, because Stampin' Up provides me the balance. I was reading an article on how you can, and how to be a good leader, you have to take care of yourself, and that's really what I try to do with Stampin' Up, because that's what Stampin' Up is, what keeps me sane at work. I hope this video ends up shorter than yesterday's or Friday's. So there's the Let It Snow. So before I put that on, I'm going to put this on here. Just make sure that it is, oops. I am going to put that to the side. Do I want it like that, or do I want it like that? I may even put this upside down and make the, okay. I am going to pop it up on dimensionals, and I want my bigger ones. So there are always things that I have when I'm doing paper pumpkin alternatives. I always try to have the ink pads that coordinate with the kit, not just the ink spot that goes with the kit, but others. So for instance, this month we had the Shaded Spruce ink spot that came with the kit, but the Pool Party coordinates and the Poppy Parade coordinates. So I have that. I also try to have the cardstock that coordinates with it. And I always try to have a snail and the bigger dimensionals, because I never know what I'm going to do with my paper pumpkin alternatives. The other thing that is a must in my life is my Wink of Stella, because as you guys know, I love bling, and I will put the Wink of Stella on anything because it just kind of gives it a little bit of shimmer. And I showed it to Kendra. We had it on our table to make some of the make and takes at On Stage, and I showed it to Kendra at On Stage, and she was like, oh yeah. All right, so I am going to do that, and I'm just going to take my snail and adhere it. And I am not going to do, I'm not going to do the dimensionals behind the birch trees right now, because I think there is enough dimensional in this card as it is. And then I'm going to take this, and I am just going to put it right there in the middle. will say, be careful where you put the snail. So mine just came off. Okay. So that is a paper pumpkin alternative. And I totally lied because I am going to put a dimensional there because it's there and there. And I just cut them very narrow again. And I am going to very carefully lift it up. There. And here. Oops. Little piece showing. So I'm just going to trim that off. Because you guys know how I am. Somebody said I was very particular, and it's not necessarily that. I just want to do it the right way. And nobody's going to pay for a card if there's, to me, if it's not perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, we don't want blatant things like sticking out. And just put a little bit right there. There. So there, you can probably see it better if I do this. There is another paper pumpkin alternative. And this one, like I said, uses last month's kit. So I hope you like that card. And if you have any questions on how to do it, please just shoot me a message. All right. Thank you. Have a good night.